Nothing is more epic than a monster battle. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Godzilla villains. For this list, we're reviewing kaiju or monsters that were both memorable and difficult for Godzilla to beat. Crossover characters from other studios and franchises, as well as monsters that are more frequently Godzilla's allies than enemies, like Mothra, are not included on this list. Number 10. Massive Unidentified Terrestrial Organism, or MUTO, Godzilla. The MUTOs are the most recently introduced Godzilla villains. While all of these creatures start in a larval stage, once the males mature, they grow wings, and the females develop 8 legs. They have a tendency to group attack Godzilla. However, they are quite vicious one-on-one nonetheless. Besides sheer physical strength, they are incredibly effective at communicating with one another, and their claws launch a lethal electromagnetic pulse. While these creatures are brand new, they definitely are terrifying enough to be instantly memorable, especially in the way Godzilla takes down one of them. Number 9. Batra, Godzilla vs. Mothra. Batra is an evil twin of the good-hearted fan favorite Mothra. He is more than 12,000 years old and is no fan of mankind, all of whom he actively tries to cleanse the planet of. He starts in a lethal larval form, but quickly develops into his memorable imago form, which instantly turns him into a formidable flying opponent. Batra's head has 3 horns that unleash prism beams on unexpected opponents. Number 8. Biolante, Godzilla vs. Biolante. Biolante was created by the combination of rose cells with a mixture of human and Godzilla DNA. This monster has 2 key forms, a rose form and a final form. During both forms, Biolante can turn into energy particles for both healing and long-distance moving. Additionally, she spits a deadly blinding sap and possesses many dangerous vines. In her final form, she can now spew radioactive sap. Biolante is especially unique for being a female kaiju, one of the few ever officially confirmed by the Toho company. Fun fact, this creature was designed by a winner of a contest run by Toho. Number 7. Hedorah, Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Hedorah is an intergalactic pollutant monster. Its name is a play on the Japanese word Hedoro, which means mud. Hedorah has 5 very different forms that it transforms between: microscopic, aquatic, land, flying, and its final form. Its appearances throughout these 5 forms resemble various amphibians and reptiles. Hedorah is particularly effective at jettisoning acidic dirt at his opponents, which is a common trend throughout most of his attacks. Number 6. King Caesar. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla.
고지라고 타고 살면은 킹구시사다 그자. 아나 손은 나도와 달래니 못토케를 몰로가.
In Japan, King Caesar is known as Kingu Sisa because his design is based on an ancient creature from Okinawan mythology known as Shisha. King Caesar looks like a humanoid crossover of a lion and a dog. He is the historical Azumi family guardian and only arose from his eternal slumber when awoken by Mechagodzilla. He is an effective martial artist and incredibly fast and agile. King Caesar is notorious for absorbing his enemies' energy beams into his eyes and projecting their attacks back at them. Number 5. Anguirus. Godzilla raids again. Anguirus is a nostalgic fan favorite. He is a quadruped dinosaur that has been an enemy of Godzilla's species for millions of years. Anguirus is very similar to an ankylosaurus and is much cooler looking than he is powerful. Unlike most Godzilla villains, he relies on attacking his enemies by biting, clawing, and ramming. Anguirus is particularly memorable as Godzilla's first villain, and their epic fight started the trend of pitting Godzilla against other monsters. Number 4. Gigan. Godzilla vs. Gigan. Gigan is another classic Godzilla villain. He is an alien cyborg, controlled by the infamous M Space Hunter Nebula aliens.
M 宇宙ハンター星に連絡して、こちらもガイガンの救援を頼もう。はい、直ちにイースター島経由で送信してくれ。
He is arguably Godzilla's most violent enemy and uses brute force to eliminate his opponents. Gigan is famous for his deadly steel hook hands and his abominable buzzsaw. When physical attacks aren't doing the trick, he has the option of shooting lasers from his head. Even more frightening is his Mecha Gigan form, now sporting chainsaws for hands. Enough said. Number 3. Destroyer. Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Originally nothing more than a Precambrian crustacean colony, Destroyer was inadvertently created by Dr. Serizawa's oxygen destroyer, the device that was used to kill the first Godzilla. Like Hedorah, Destroyer goes through several development stages, including a flying period, before reaching his final terrifying form. This creature is nearly as powerful as Godzilla and is one of the toughest adversaries. But of course, most fans will forever remember him as the monster that killed Godzilla's son. Number 2. Mechagodzilla. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. not to be confused with the 1993 Super Mechagodzilla or the 2002 version named Kiryu. This original Mechagodzilla was sent to Earth and controlled by the Black Hole Planet 3 aliens.
The only surviving planet in the black hole.
Mechagodzilla originally appeared disguised as Godzilla until the real Godzilla destroyed his bodysuit and immediately revealed a cold, steely robot beneath. Mechagodzilla's powers mirrored many of those of Godzilla himself. He is famous for his eye laser beams and his exceptional attack range due to his 360-degree spinning head. Mechagodzilla is an intergalactic force to be reckoned with. Before we get to our number 1 Godzilla villain, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. King Ghidorah. Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. King Ghidorah is a golden dragon with 3 heads from outer space. He has 2 powerful wings that allow him to fly at extreme speeds. While King Ghidorah lacks arms, he uses any of his 3 long necks to squeeze his enemies. He attacks with hurricanes induced from his large wings and also projects his famous gravity beams from any of his 3 mouths. He is much taller and heavier than his mortal enemy, and is the monster that has faced Godzilla more than any other kaiju. King Ghidorah is one of Godzilla's most iconic foes indeed. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite Godzilla villain? For more excellent top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.